Hey guys, what is up? This is Yaji here, and I really like the intro. It's my favorite one, except that Hansel not in it. So let me know what you think about it. Now you're probably here from my other video. I'm gonna go link it up over here somewhere in the video somewhere. That's about Frosty K sustained DPS, and this video is going to kind of piggyback off of that. And this video is going to be mostly about all those other things about a DK that kind of make your class work. Things you don't really get to use too often, and they're kind of very well demonstrated in this fight. I think this is a flex. It looks like a flex. It might have been 10 man. I don't really remember. But this is a really good fight to show for two things in particular. One is going to be Dark Simulacrum, and the other one's going to be AMS, or Anti-Magic Shell. Now, if you're feeling pretty comfortable with those abilities and you know how they increase your DPS, then you can go ahead and skip this video. I'm going to go ahead and link a couple videos here that I don't even have out yet, so I'll have to go back and do it. But that basically the video I have up right now about 230k sustained DPS is going to break down in several different videos. So this one's going to be about using weird abilities. And the next one's going to be a little bit about small cooldown management and your rotation. The next one is going to be about positioning and kind of like keeping your raid DPS up inside a raid. And the last one will be kind of like the extreme basics and what not to do. And maybe I'll throw in exactly how to reforge too. That'll probably be a different video. So those are all coming up, and it's going to become part of the series of maintaining your sustained DPS at a high level. So with all those options out there, just stay tuned, and without further ado, this is that video. So something I really like about the talent and glyph system is actually that you should be changing your talents and glyphs fight to fight, generally for most classes. That's not really strictly speaking for DKs, although this is actually one of those times. So we have a very awesome ability. If you PvE, you probably don't know a whole lot about it, but if you PvP, you probably do. And that's Dark Simulacrum, where we get to steal an opponent's ability and use it on the boss. Most times in PvE, I mean, like, there's a lot of things that cast, but like it hits for like 70k most of the time, which is really not that important. It doesn't cost anything. It costs us 10 runic power, but then it immediately refunds runic power when we use it. The ability that we get. So I mean, it's not. I mean, it's free 70k, but it's not really worth your time, worth the globe, and all that kind of stuff. But in this particular instance, it most definitely is. And I don't know if you can see it in the videos, but when I steal Frost Firebolt or whatever it is that those shamans are casting, that will hit for non-crit 420k, roughly. For free. So it is pretty awesome, and now we're definitely should be rocking, at least for this fight, the Dark Simulacrum glyph that reduces the cooldown by half and also extends how long it lasts on the target. And that's important because you can pretty much just throw it up there and not worry about it hitting anything. Or not worry about it dropping off before you can use it. Something was kind of lucky to happen during this pull is a great time to talk about positioning too, and I think this was flex, so I really wasn't caring too much about it. So like I ended up in a really bad position. Now if I really wanted to be a dick, I could chalk it up to the tanks, and like that shouldn't have ever been a position that they should have put me in, because a lot of positioning can, like, the difference between a good tank and a great tank is positioning, because your job is not really about you, it's about making the rest of the raid be better. So anyway, I could really pin that on the tank if I really wanted to, but overall I should have just backed out of the red circle all the way back to my left and kind of just walked out of the danger. But instead I just decided to give up and walk into the wall. So yeah, there was no way for me to get out of there except for walking backwards. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up Dark Simulacrum, and just move right along to AMS. Now, AMS is a defensive cooldown. It's really short, so you can use it all the time, and it's really great for fights like Shah of Pride. When he does Swelling Pride, you pop AMS, you don't take any damage, you get a crap ton of runic power, and you don't get any pride. But that's not what I'm showing. What here I'm showing is how to use it offensively. And I'll kind of go and show the video, just slow it down a little bit again. That when I pop AMS, I walk into those tornadoes, and most generally it's not at the most opportune time. I only do it occasionally. I don't like using my defensive cooldowns offensively, but it is a great way to increase your DPS, and if you can set up the perfect situation for it, you get full runic power almost instantly, and it's just amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and show that, and I don't really want to talk about it until I go look at the footage. Just give me a second. Alright, so what you can see is that I had a lot of runic power, and I see this great situation, and I'm trying to dump it as fast as possible, pop AMS, and walk into it just a little bit, get full runic power instantly, and I'm going to go try to top it off again. Oh no, okay, I'm already good. So that's exactly what you do. So the way the AMS works is every time you take magic damage, you get runic power, and it also reduces the cooldown of AMS if you have that glyph. Um, so it's really nice to you can just use it to jack up anytime you're low on runic power. It's really great in this fight. You easily just walk right into the tornado like I did there again. I didn't get a great benefit out of it that time. Um, but it's a really great way to just if it's another little cooldown that you can manage, that if you're able to set it up correctly, you're going to see a lot of DPS come out of that. And you're wondering, okay, well, it's only 100 runic power. We get that a lot during the fight. Why is it such a big increase? The big increase is that you have then 100 runic power, and you can just dump 4 or 5 frost strikes into it to get 7.5 seconds of runic corruption, and then you can just dump like 10 obliterates in 7 seconds into somebody, which is always nice. So that's about it for using these weird abilities and kind of just managing them with the DK. But these are the kind of abilities that I love DKs for. It's like really original and counterintuitive, and that's exactly what I like to do. So I'll just leave you with me dying, because I know that satisfies everybody. All right. If you need a little bit more in-depth guide, I might do this again, just because I felt like I kind of went through this a little bit quickly. But other than that, it should be pretty simple. Good luck, guys, and peace out.